Okay, and back to what's he going to burn down today. I said in the previous video I was putting this Renegade saw blade bean looking little thing on there to cut some small trees and stuff around my property, but I was having problems getting this thing running. So went through everything, tore apart the carburetor, looked at the gap on the spark plug. Everything was fine. Even in the carburetor, super clean. Everything was fine. So couldn't really get anything to work. Starting to look into the adjustment screws, which I will show you right here. These two small screws right here, and then this is more of a fine-tuning screw. Getting into some of those screws, you can't really adjust them. If you look at it, it's got this, I guess, casing over top of it, so it can't easily be bumped. But it requires a special tool, obviously. I looked around. They do sell them on Amazon. They usually come as part of a kit. It's like $20. Not crazy, but I figured I had to have something around here that would work. And the way this one is it is a circle with one side kind of cut off, just a little bit of the one edge kind of cut off, so it makes like a D shape. But looking around, nothing that I had would fit down inside of this hole until I looked for my little electrical box, or electrical connector box. This little blue one does just fine. You just stick it over top of that, just tap it down in there, and you can use a pair of pliers to turn it, or you can use your fingers if it's not too stiff on you. I did put a mark on there with a little Sharpie so I knew when it was going, going farther around. So I'll show it to you again right here. So you can see how it just kind of slides down in there over top of that. So when you're looking at this one right here is going to be for more your wide open throttle, whereas this one right here is going to be more for your idle quality, and then this one here is a little bit more of a this screw head right here is a little bit more of a fine adjustment on this engine. Your engine might be different. You might have the same engine. I will put it in a link down here. This is a Bilt TB35 EC. I'm not sure. The thing I did like about this, the thing that made me buy this thing in the first place, was this stupid little thing right here. You chuck this into your drill right here, and it goes right in the back here, right down here, and it'll spin, and it's supposed to start the engine for you. Well, that got stripped out, so it doesn't work. But the thing does still work. Like I said before, it's only like 2 years old. It's not that old. Now it's been sitting for probably a year and a half, because it got to where it was just impossible to start. Small engines are frustrating. I don't like them. That's why I went with the electric that's sitting behind me. I got the electric cobalt weed eater, and it came with a blower as well too. So that's why I went to the electric. But doing some of the stuff I'm going to be doing, I would need something with a little bit more power. That thing's not very powerful. It's fine for cutting weeds, around your house or whatever, but not for the kind of stuff that I want to be able to do. This thing has a detachable head on it, which is one of the other selling points of it. That's why this thing's just pulled out. It's very easy to put it back in. It's not a bad weed eater. It just, obviously the carb went out of adjustment. And you might be able to see a little bit behind me. Don't adjust your set. It is a little hazy in here because I did get it running. And it runs seemingly fine right now, even without doing the choke. So that seemed to do it for mine. And now I've got it to where it'll idle. It's probably still not, it's not going to be great, but it runs fine at wide open throttle. It's smoking like a banshee, so I'm sure that's normal. It'll be fine. So that's kind of where I'm at on this, and I will show you that it does run. It actually does run now. So, and it easily, the crappy part is now is I can't use this. I'm just going to have to do the pull start, which I know everybody loves doing the pull start. So it will pick up and run if I can get this vise lock back down. I really don't want it touching the bench because it's going to make the camera wiggle a whole lot. It's probably still going to wiggle, but now it's not going to start. So yeah, I haven't had to use that kill button in a while because it just dies on its own majority of the time. Had to choke it there just a little bit just to get it started up. But as you can see, it runs, it idles, it sounds fine. I know it still needs a little bit more of an adjustment, but it's working. And I'm glad I didn't throw it away. I was kind of irritated. I'm really sick and tired of small engines, but that's why I've started switching a lot of stuff over to electric, because you just pull a trigger and it works.